since I already spent most of my time listening to music and fixing this, we're just gonna jump right into everything. What's going on, folks? How's it going? It's your boy Thorfinn Gaming Mafia. But today we're not gonna be doing some gaming. We're gonna be talking about what the fuck just happened on Monday Night Raw. It was a pretty good night. Not gonna lie. Not a lot of matches, but you know, it was still a good night. I will say that there were 2 points in the stream I was watching that it went out. So I might have missed something. I really don't think I did. I think I got everything big. So we'll just start right from the beginning. We start with John Cena coming out to the ring. You know, Cena's trying to fire up the crowd, talking about the road to WrestleMania. This is what really got me interested. Cena said, specifically, WrestleMania can bring a legend back from the dead. And now, if you've been following what Dave Meltzer's been saying, he is saying that the rumor for WrestleMania is it's going to be John Cena versus The Undertaker. That's what I take from that quote, and I think that Dave Meltzer was really happy to hear that as well. Cena says he's here to face the truth, and that truth he has to win the Elimination Chamber, and if he doesn't, then he's not going to go to WrestleMania, pretty much. He says, but he's going to fight Brock, and he's going to win. That's, you know, normal. So now The Miz comes out. Right after that, he comes out with the Miztourage and says it's not Cena's time anymore. His time is up, Miz's time is now. Pun intended. Cena says Miz has no chance against Lesnar. Like, there's just not any possible way Miz is going to be able to do it. Because, come on, he's the Miz. Miz says that he does whatever it takes. He uses his brain to win, like he did with Roman Reigns before. And Cena's like, yeah, you're right. But he reminds him that he's going to have to get through the whole entire Elimination Chamber, which is a rough match to get through. You have to go through many people and some steel and a lot of crazy shit. So, Cena then says, alright, how about we just have a match tonight? Let's just settle our differences that we have right now. Let's just do it right now. The Miztourage then immediately beats on Cena. Kurt Angle has to come out, makes the match official, and bans the Miztourage from ringside. The loser of this match will be the first entrant into the Elimination Chamber. So we start with our first match of the evening, John Cena versus The Miz. Loser enters the Elimination Chamber first. Now, these guys are so fucking talented. They've been working in the WWE for over 10 years now, the both of them. And the work in the ring shows. It shows. Everything from them going back and forth with finishers, with the figure 4 lock and the STF, to how long they make it and how grueling it seems. Miz going for a skull-crushing finale spot from the top rope, which was really good, except it turned into an AA, which allowed Cena to pick up the win. Your winner, John Cena. I wasn't surprised. John Cena's the ultimate barrier when it comes to the WWE, even if it's against The Miz, who's a multi-time Intercontinental Champion and WWE Champion. But they had a lot of good spots. Like, Cena hit the AA, and Miz kicked out of it before. And Miz hit the skull-crushing finale, and Cena kicked out of it. So they went back and forth. They had some really good spots. It was good for the both of them. That was a pretty good match. And that Miz was really showing it all and showing that he's not only really good, but he's just as good as John Cena is. He can show him up in the ring and does really well. And right after the match, they announced that Sasha Banks is going to be fighting Bayley. And I'm like, whoa, alright. This is a rivalry I've been wanting to see, not like just a quick match we're going to have right now. But, whatever. I was like, alright, we can see. And they're saying it's all about because Bayley was saying she can beat her because she can beat Asuka. And so they're having this match this week. Right after that, we have Hardy cutting a promo saying that the 3 vessels that stand in his way to the Elimination Chamber, talking all that, the 7 deities have blessed him, and everyone will become obsolete. The Elimination Chamber will become the Deletion Chamber. I just wrote delete in like big letters and everything because I'm a big Matt Hardy fan. I'm a part of the Broken Army or the Woken Army, whatever you want to call them. The club cut a promo about the Revival, and they have like a little nerdometer on the bottom. It was really funny. It was good. We move on to their second match of the evening. We have the Club versus the Revival. Fuck the Revival. The Revival attacks the Club before the match starts. The Club, slides into the ring after being out for a bit because they get knocked out for a while. And the Revival books it away from them because they're scared. And they reluctantly go in. They start the match. Gallows looking good. Revival doing some really good tag work. They've been really good at making the team work in this division. They've been bringing it from NXT to now, honestly. Again, Anderson looks really good on his own, but I'm not really seeing a lot of tag work. I mean, not in this match, I guess, because the Club does really have some good tag work, but I didn't see it tonight. I don't know if Anderson, what's going on with that. They had a really nice spot. Wilder goes for a roll-up after the 2, but right after, Anderson hits a spine buster. It was really nice. Revival gets a tag that Anderson doesn't see, which allows them to hit the Shatter Machine, and then the Revival takes the win. It's pretty nice. Not bad. Not bad. Not a bad match. I still say fuck the Revival, but whatever. Right after that, we see Kurt making his way to the ring for an announcement on Jason Jordan. The first thing Kurt does say in the ring is that at the Elimination Chamber, Ronda Rousey will be signing her contract for Raw. So, I guess she's going to be going to Raw, doing storylines there, which makes me happy. I don't want her to touch Charlotte. I don't want her to go anywhere near Charlotte. Don't want that to happen. I'd like to see her fight Asuka, but I don't want to see Rousey win. I really don't. Because Rousey doesn't deserve it. She hasn't been dedicated to professional wrestling like Asuka has, or Charlotte has, or Alexa Bliss has. She just doesn't have the dedication that they do, and it's just unfair that she immediately gets a WrestleMania shot just because she was really good in MMA, in actual wrestling. But, to each their own. After Kurt makes that announcement, he says that he took Jason Jordan to get an MRI right after last Raw, and says that JJ will miss WrestleMania. He's not going to make it. It's just not going to happen. He had to have neck surgery. It's just not going to happen. The whole arena is erupting. They're loving it. And Kurt's like, well, if anyone finds pleasure in a superstar's injury, they need to be ashamed. They're human beings. I mean, even if you don't like the superstar, if you don't like what they're doing with them, and this is where I agree with Kurt Angle. I'm not going to read this right now because I honestly agree with Kurt Angle. It doesn't matter whether or not you like the superstar. They could be the worst superstar on the roster. It could be Roman Reigns, but to wish illness upon them, you should be ashamed. You honestly should. These people really do put their life, their blood, their sweat, their tears, they put everything of themselves into this. And to have people just so thrilled for an injury, fake or not, it's just, it's not right. Right after that, Seth Rollins comes out and he apologizes to Kurt about how he was being to Jordan. He says he was a really good kid and he just went through a lot. And this was the point where my stream cut out, actually, so I wasn't able to see like a lot of this, but when I got back, it was Rollins asking to be put in the Fatal 4-Way match. Because he wanted a chance in the Elimination Chamber. Since Jason Jordan is done, that doesn't mean that Seth Rollins should be taken out of WrestleMania as well. Kurt says he doesn't think it would be fair, but Seth says with how much he has done recently, like being tag team champion, constantly going for it, doing really good on the roster, all the things, he just kind of does deserve it. It is fair. So he says I wrote that already. Kurt asks the fans. He says that they're the ultimate deciders of the matches that go on here. So the crowd wants it. They do the yes chants, and so tonight it'll be a Fatal 5-Way instead of a Fatal 4-Way. Wow, pretty crazy. Right after that, Bray Wyatt cuts a promo about Rollins just entering the match, and he cuts it about Matt Hardy. He says he's gonna win it tonight. He can win the Elimination Chamber for the second time, and then he's going to beat the Beast at Mania. You know, normal stuff that they're going to say for Elimination Chamber hype. Then we move on to our third match of the evening. Finally, Sasha Banks versus Bayley. I wasn't expecting to see this match tonight at all. What I really liked is that you can tell that these two have a brooding rivalry. Like, you can tell that they're really trying to be friends, but they don't want to be. They want to be better than each other. They want to step up above each other. And in the ring, they show that very well. And Corey Graves is calling it out. He's the only commentator to, like, call it out on what's going on. There's a really nice bank statement spot where Bayley was trapped in it for a good while, but finally got to the rope. It was good. But the final great spot of the match was where Bayley hits the Bayley-to-Bayley suplex, Bayley-to-belly suplex on the top rope for the 3 count. 1, 2, 3, Bayley, your winner. She really needed this win. She honestly did. For the past few months, there have been nothing going for Bayley. She's been on a string of losses. She just hasn't been doing too well. And so I really am glad to see that she got this win tonight. Bayley and Sasha, they have a tense stare-off in the ring. But wait, Nia Jax, she comes in and pummels them both. She hits a Samoa drop for Bayley and hits a Samoa drop for Sasha. And I wrote that, by the way, her hair looked really great. She looked fabulous. I don't know what she did with it, but it looks great tonight. Nia, if you somehow listen to this, your hair looked great tonight. I liked it. Right after that, she has an interview with Charlie Caruso, saying that this has everything to do with her, even though it really didn't. She needs to set an example for Asuka before Elimination Chamber. You know. Right after that, we have Rollins backstage with Roman Reigns. Roman says that he's not exactly pissed that he's in the Fatal 5-Way match, because he's going to eliminate him in the Elimination Chamber just like he did in the Royal Rumble. Right after that, the Bar shows up, tells Seth that he's not going to win because he's just a lousy superstar as much as he's a lousy partner. I mean, look at Dean and Jason Jordan. They're both injured because they had a lousy partner. That kind of got Seth a little triggered, so Roman steps up, starts reminding them of what they did to fucking Cesaro's teeth, because they actually did knock his fucking teeth in. It's pretty cool. And the Bar backed away. Backed away right after that. They didn't say another word. After that, the stream was down for a while again. That was the only other time the stream was down for me. I came back to Bliss and Mickey. They are backstage. Bliss apologizes for calling Mickey old back in the past. Bliss says she was jealous of Mickey and what she accomplished being a mother and, you know, a multi-time women's champion. Bliss says Mickey asked her what she wants because she knows that she's just buttering her up. Bliss says she just wants a good partner against Absolution tonight, because now we move on to our fourth match of the evening. Absolution, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. Mickey and Alexa, they did some really good tag work in there, actually, surprisingly, for not, like, working together since they had their little thing on SmackDown when Mickey was brought back. That was really the only really good spot I noticed in the whole match. Mandy Rose hits her finisher for the 3 count. Absolution wins it. They start attacking on Mickey. After the match, Bliss pulls her out. It's just to show more division between the women's roster. Next, after that, we have the Elimination Chamber Blues. This is a concert that's going to be put on by Elias. I literally wrote that I might skip this segment, and I am so fucking glad that I did not skip this segment. I am so thankful I didn't. So, you know, Elias comes in. He does the normal. He badmouths the town, brags, starts playing a song. And then in the middle of that, you hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, Braun Strowman." And I'm like, is he just gonna, like, come out and do his normal thing now? And no, he gets his own spotlight and a microphone. And then he leaves the spotlight and grabs a huge fucking double bass. Like, it's this huge fucking instrument, this bass. And I'm like, what the hell? And he actually starts playing it and singing. But as soon as he starts playing it, it breaks. The strings break. Because he's a fucking huge guy and he doesn't know how to actually play the damn thing. But he actually keeps singing. He actually sings. And he sings Boy, look at me when I'm singing to you, 'cause I'm not finished with you. And it didn't really, you know, he rhymed with you and you, but it was funny. It worked. I didn't really. I wrote, this is fucking hysterical. Strowman is fucking, he's taking the bass to the ring now. He's walking to the ring with the fucking bass, since Elias hit him last week with his guitar. And it's fucking huge. He's carrying it on his shoulder like Elias was carrying the guitar, but this thing's freaking huge. Elias is cowering in the ring with his tiny little guitar, and Elias pleads him, hey, put it down and let's fight fair. And so Strowman actually puts it down. And Strowman tries to get into the ring, but Elias beats on him. He beats on him. He goes for the guitar, and fucking Strowman immediately chokeslams him, running power slams him. They play his music, and I'm like, this is freaking great. That was amazing. I loved it. And then, right after that, Elias is trying to crawl on the ramp away, you know, struggling. And Strowman looks at the double bass, picks it up, goes for him, and I'm literally writing, fucking run, Elias, you better run. This is gonna hurt. And Strowman smashes the giant fucking double bass over his back. And, like, it was a real double bass, too. Like, he was huge. Oh, my God. So, they play his music again after he smashes this giant fucking instrument on his back. And Elias looks dead. Elias just looks fucking dead. We move on to our 5th match of the evening. Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. Now, Roman was just looking to beat down Sheamus after what he's been saying to Seth tonight, you know. I wrote that there was a really nice Superman punch into a white noise. It was a really flush sequence. I liked it. Superman punch for a 2 count. There is constant pins from Sheamus doing some really nice spots. Reigns hits Cesaro with the Superman punch outside the ring, allowing Sheamus to get an advantage. Sheamus crawls to the top rope and leaps right into Roman Reigns' spear for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Too sweet. I wrote that there was no surprise. You know, hashtag make Roman look strong. That's literally what I'm going to write every single time Roman Reigns wins a match. Hashtag make Roman look strong. Right after that, they talk about the Hall of Fame inductee, Ivory. And oh my God, I was so happy to hear about Ivory. I didn't really post about it, I didn't really talk about it, but the biggest reason I was really happy to see Ivory being put into the Hall of Fame is because not her time in WWE really for me, but her time in Glow. She was a part of the Glorious Ladies of Wrestling. She was one of the original ladies in the Glorious Ladies of Wrestling. The Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, or whatever it is. I can't think of it right now, I'm spacing, but she was one of the original ladies in it. And I think just for that alone, she deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Just for that alone. She had some great matches with Chyna in the WWE. She cut some great promos. Her prudish gimmick worked really well. It worked wonders with a lot of people. But I'm really glad to see Ivory getting a Hall of Fame induction. Honestly, my favorite thing in WWE with her was with Chyna. But nothing is going to beat her time in Glow. Glow revolutionized women in wrestling. Before Glow, women weren't looked at with any respect in professional wrestling at all. So Ivory was one of the pioneers. After that, we move on to the main event for the evening. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins versus Apollo Crews versus Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. Whew. This is a second chance match or a first chance match for Seth Rollins to get into the Elimination Chamber. I wrote that there was just way too much action to really begin calling moves, begin doing stuff. It was just crazy from the get-go. Finn and Seth have a really nice spot where they're exchanging blows, going back and forth. Balor was looking better in that. Apollo was doing some really cool flips and spots and doing a bunch of moonsaults and getting a bunch of 2 counts. Surprisingly, he was stealing part of the show as well. Hardy going full broken on everybody, hitting multiple side effects. It was great. He goes for a twist of fate, but Seth breaks it up. Seth hits a fucking double blockbuster on Apollo Crews and Bray. It was a really fucking flush sequence again. a suicide dive to Finn, a suicide dive to Hardy, a suicide dive to Wyatt. 3 different fucking suicide dives, taking out everybody. And then right after that, Rollins goes in, hits a suplex, Falcon Arrow, and gets a 2 count. Man, it was crazy endurance for Seth Rollins. He just went back and back and back and back. Keep going, don't stop. Hardy finally gets that twist of fate, but the count is broken by Finn, who hits the double stomp. Finn goes for a cover, but it's broken up by a curb stomp. Another 2 count because Cruz breaks that one up. And everyone's laying out in the ring. It's fucking great. Cruz and Rollins finally get to their feet and they're exchanging hands until Cruz slams him down and hits him with a moonsault for a 2 count. Hits another moonsault but gets another 2 count. Cruz doesn't know what he's going to fucking do. Cruz is going up to the top rope trying to hit a huge moonsault, but Hardy breaks it up and is attempting a fucking side effect from the top rope. He's trying really hard for this, but Wyatt eventually knocks him down, hits him with a Sister Abigail on the outside. Wyatt works on Cruz on the inside, in the corner. He attempts a superplex, but Rollins and Finn turn it into a super powerbomb, Tower of London style. They both get the cover, and they both get the 1, 2, 3, and the ref calls for the bell. But Seth and Finn both got the pin. They both got the win. And so the show goes dark with everybody arguing. And I wrote, what the fuck? Like, you can't end the show that way. You can't end the show like that. That just boils me, honestly. Like, you're just gonna have this who the fuck is going to Elimination Chamber for a whole other week? We've already had it for a whole week. We've already been wondering. So you're just gonna drag it out even further between Seth and Finn? Because we know what's gonna happen. Seth and Finn are gonna have a match next week, and the winner of that's gonna go to Elimination Chamber. That's really fucking predictable. But they could have just ended it tonight. They're just dragging it out to have more controversy before Elimination Chamber happens. Oh. Yo, Glasses. You hosted my stream? Thanks, bro. I just finished talking about what happened, though, so I appreciate it. I didn't set up a freaking thing for that because I didn't think anyone would host me. But, anyway, I'm just really upset that they ended Raw with that, because now we're just going to have this whole storyline strung out unnecessarily. We could have had it finished tonight, honestly. But that's everything that happened on Raw tonight. Next week, we're going to have just a little more build-up for the Elimination Chamber, since we got 2 weeks right now. I'm not really expecting much more, honestly. I think we already have everything set up that we need. If anything, we should have Elimination Chamber this Sunday, because everything's already set up. I saw the picture. I'm not looking at Discord right now. I'm running a stream. Oh, Matt just sent me some WWE information. Alright, thank you. Both Seth Rollins and Finn Balor have qualified for the first 7-man Elimination Chamber match in history. Holy shit. Alright, now I'm satisfied. Alright, now I'm not angry. They should have done that on Raw, because you saw how I reacted. You know, I didn't get any of that information. You literally have to get it sent to your phone. So that's kind of weird that they would do that. Like, what if you just watch Raw on TV? Like, what if you're just some old dude who loves Raw and you just watch it on TV? Like, you're gonna be confused. You know? It just, whatever. But the first 7-man Elimination Chamber match, that chamber's gonna be huge. Holy crap! Like, they don't have that many spots in there, so they're gonna add a whole other 5th chamber. Because there's the 4 chambers and the 2 men in there, so they're gonna add a whole 5th chamber now? I wonder where that's gonna fit. God damn, that's gonna be amazing. Holy shit. Well, I think that's actually a good way. They should have ended Raw. But, you know, have the WWE app on your phone, or go on Facebook, I guess. If you don't have that, then fuck you. WWE doesn't care about you. When does WWE really care about what you want and think, though? Do you guys like Jinder Mahal? You guys fans of Jinder Mahal? You should be. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here, folks. That was Raw today. and we're gonna be going over SmackDown tomorrow. You know, and SmackDown and 205 Live and the Mixed Match Challenge, which that one's a big one. It usually takes me a while to break down all of that stuff, but the Mixed Match Challenge should be a good one. Last week it was really, really good, the best out of all of them. I don't know if it's going to be topped, but we shall see. I want to thank all of you for joining me this week for chatting Raw with me. Please join me tomorrow for chatting SmackDown, 205 Live, and the Mixed Match Challenge. And you are all beautiful, and you are all worth it. Thank you. Have a good day.
सरकारी में शिकारी में बेकारी तू मेरे तो सिखोगी में शेरा